at Bethune-Cookman, like that was your favorite experience, was crossing, or what you think your favorite experience was at Bethune-Cookman?
Yeah, that definitely was one of them, man. But the people, man, the people that pour into you at small black college. It's the guy mentioned, Lewis Rogers. He really didn't have to get us in school. When I got in school, it's interesting. A guy named Herbert Thompson was my biology advisor. I still talk to him to this day. And it's crazy. It's kind of like one of them things. You remember that movie with Denzel, Training Day? Mm-hmm. And the Caucasian cop was the essays was about to put it to him, about to kill him on the toilet. But then they held up because he had saved a little girl that was their niece or something like that, right? Yep. So anyway, Bethune was the precursor to FAMU. Like they say, well, when you wanted to make money, I went to FAMU. But basically, when I wanted to get a wife, Bethune helped me out because my advisor at Bethune was my wife's dad's roommate in college. And her dad was very particular, man, about who she dated, man. And the fact I went to Bethune and I knew his roommate, me and him were tight. Me and his best friend he was in the science department. We were tight. It helped me a lot in that regard. So I would say that. But my best experience there was the people that poured into me, man, because the program I was in, it was a science program, FGAMP. And, man, all they did was try to prepare us, for the next class. 30 of us caught a bus, went to Bethune about 2 weeks after we graduated from high school and just started taking classes over the summer to kind of prep us for the year. Same teachers, calculus teachers and pre-calculus to try to, get us ready. And they were very hard on us, man, but it really paid off. FAMU had the same program, and so did FIU. It was called the Florida Georgia Alliance for Minority Participation in Science, Engineering, and Mathematics. But anyway, they gave us scholarship money, and they prepared us to be in that world, to think like a scientist. So I'm forever grateful to them for pouring into us. And spiritually, man, you got to think. At Bethune, they used to fine you for walking on the grass when I went there. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you got off the sidewalk and you were on the grass, they could fine you. If they caught you cursing, they could fine you. I don't know if they do that anymore, but they preach discipline like that. That came from Dr. Bethune, herself back in the day, Mm-hmm. But yeah, so it was a good experience. But yeah, she probably couldn't have got away with that at Bethune. But yeah, and another thing is that we had chapel as a freshman, you had to go to chapel once a week. So you had to go, and I think they still have that. They got a chapel there. They have a campus pastor, and the freshmen have to go to chapel every week.
So they had a Christian school?
You know what it is? It's largely influenced by the United Methodist Church. Mm-hmm. So they're major donors there. So, but it's kind of, you see the 14 karat gold dancers at halftime. You're like, well, it's a little backsliding going on there, man.
You're like, just cover up a little bit. Don't show too much leg.
Yeah, so that's part of it. And then they had another thing. They had this thing called the pre-dawn ball, which was so non-Christian. Everybody was dressed up in lingerie, and it started like at midnight, you know what I'm saying? It went all night, kind of thing in the gym. So it was.
Time. So like at TSU, you called those pajama jammy jails, but like they was like parties, but y'all had that like actual at the school.
At the school. In the gym. In the gym. I think they still have it, man. And then they have chapel the next day, So keep the party going, man.
That sounds wild.
But it was real great. It's only like 3,000 students, and it's like a big high school. Everybody kind of knew everybody, but it was a good experience. Now FAMU was a little bigger than that. They had about 10,000 students back then, but within my program, it was like I knew everybody. It was more like graduate school for me. Okay. So, but yeah, I still have some lifelong friends in that program. Some people that poured into me. Guy named Michael Thompson. He was a clinical coordinator there, man. And he, for the type of pharmacy I do, so I do like a home health type of pharmacy. We do basically it's like a hospital pharmacist, but we set up a hospital room at your house and the nurse will come out and give you IVs and things of that nature. So I didn't know nothing about that. And this guy, he kind of, and I was like an average student, And this brother, he just, I guess he trusted me, and he had me do a rotation at his site. He worked for the school, but he also had a residency program at this place called American Home Patient. And he got me on doing that type of pharmacy. And I've been doing it ever since. And he got a lot of people on like that. So Michael Thompson definitely was another name that sticks out at FAMU, and a lot of other people too.
The process at FAMU to graduate to get your master's, that's like a fast track. That's like a 5-year program. So how does that process work? How are you able to get through so many classes so quick?
It's a 6-year program to get what they call now your PharmD. Used to be you could be a pharmacist in 5 years, but they tried to make it more clinical, and kind of like in physical therapy they're doing now. So even in physical therapy, they have like a doctorate component. So they have you doing more clinical rotations, more rounds in hospitals, things like that, to try to give you more options than just doing retail pharmacy. Working at Walgreens, CVS, that's good money, but longevity, you get burnt out really quick. So it's good to have options. You can do what I'm doing. You can work in a hospital, home health, what I'm doing. You can work in industry, like at a pharmaceutical company, maybe not being a drug rep, but giving the drug rep information on the drugs. Like they have these people called MSLs, and they're like scientific liaison. So if the drug rep goes out to the doctor's office, certain things they can talk about, certain things they can't. They'll bring the pharmacists in later to come and go over like the studies and stuff like that. So they try to make you think more scientifically and more clinically, but yeah, they're trying to expand it to make you just a pill pusher, more than just a street pharmacist.